The Supreme Court of Georgia reinstated a near-total abortion ban effective, prohibiting most abortions after approximately 6 weeks of pregnancy, the stage at which a human heartbeat is typically detectable.
With my opinion on abortion before, just because I think we are so small in the grand scheme of things that we shouldn't have a say on life, and when that happens, I think it's kind of whatever happens, happens. But I also think there are so many specific scenarios that I've seen where women are in major medical emergencies where they need abortions for their health, and I think that it should be an option for everyone, for the health of all people, especially women's health that has been overlooked for so long. I think it would be best to have more abortion rights and more people who have been in that sort of situation in power.
This restriction, initially passed in 2019, had been on hold until the U.S. Supreme Court's 2022 decision overturning Roe v. Wade, which had provided nationwide abortion rights.
If you follow the Christian route, then you're not going to end up with an unmarried pregnant teen, at least. And I understand when people say, oh, I don't like Donald Trump, or I don't like Joe Biden, or I don't like Kamala Harris. I get that, because there are things I don't like about them, and there are things that I like about all of them. But I think people realize that you have to weigh those things, and you have to consider, what do I want my country to look like? And maybe I can't have everything I want, but I can at least try.
Georgia's law was blocked earlier by a lower court, but the state's Supreme Court allowed its reinstatement, as it considers an appeal from the state, which is defending the law.
I'd say I'm pro-life, but I could never put myself in a woman's shoes. I've contemplated many times what I would do in a situation of if my girlfriend got pregnant, and I always come to the conclusion that we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But there are alternate methods of contraceptive which are just as effective, more effective than abortion. The left party is what is allowing me to go to school, and if the right party was to be elected, a lot of student federal aid would cease to exist, and I wouldn't be able to go to school. And that leans me more towards the blue party, but I could nothing would. There's so many things in the balance that I don't think one particular thing would lead me each way, and I think that's why I'm just sitting out of this election. Yeah.
Democrats, led by Vice President Kamala Harris, have intensified advocacy efforts on abortion access, positioning the issue as central to energizing their voter base. The topic remains divisive, presenting challenges within the Republican Party since Roe's reversal.
Over the last, say, 20 years that did provide women's services. And they were quietly, gently, and sometimes forcefully forced out of business by some organizations that were anti-women's health, period.
About issues and sit down and discuss
Here in Macon, we can only hope that people have access to at least some of the women's health services that they deserve to have in any modern, civilized community.